Okay, if you see the graphic, then you know it's verdict watch in the Scott Nelson case. I cannot wait to see what happens. Now, I'm going to be here to 3 o'clock. Now, I'm going to have to bring in one of my faves here at the Law&Crime Network. But, I mean, her bio is just, like, so difficult to deal with because as a trial attorney, she's one of the nation's top legal analysts. She worked in the Kings County DA's office in Seattle from 83 to 88, specializing in sex crimes and other high-profile criminal cases. She's handled many high-profile criminal cases in the defense world. She writes, she speaks, she lectures. She's a legal analyst. You know, like I always like to say, if you want to know about Anne Bremner, you need to go to Wikipedia and read the 21 pages of information about her life. I'm embarrassed. I don't even have a Wikipedia, Anne.
You need a Wikipedia. You've got all kinds of things. I read about you all the time. You're like setting the world on fire.
No, I'm starting to feel a little like, you know, salty. Like Gene Rossi's got a war room. You got the 21 Wikipedia. I got to do something.
Such a pleasure to be on.
I'm sorry, you know, Ann, I got to switch gears. I'm being told by the producers because Rosenbaum, the trial that we've been waiting for, is starting up. Let's go to court. Ooh, Anne Bremner, prosecutor young man, she is bringing the fire in that courtroom. I know that a lot of people debate the styles. I always used to train, look, you got to be yourself. And I think she's pulling it off great, in my opinion. She's almost close to the little piece of overly, but not. Then she brings it down. And, of course, the funniest thing, she picks up the photo apparently from the defense attorney and throws it on the ground in just such disdain for the photograph itself. Thoughts?
Oh, I love her. I mean, I love her when she's like, a lie, a facade. I mean, she just looks right at him and goes, they lie. I mean, they're murderers. They're this. She has all these great trilogies that she uses, which are so great in opening statement. She's fantastic. I mean, she should be in the American College of Trial Lawyers already.
Yeah, and I was a little worried at first that, you know, Anne, that she was not going to be bringing the facts as to what it was by the mechanism of injury, but she's gone through an exhaustively detailed assessment with respect to the external injuries, with regard to the internal injuries, and laying out that both their old injuries and new injuries, body organs actually split apart. Anne Bremner, I can't wait to speak to you more about this case, but we got to do a little business. Boom, right back. Welcome back. I'm Bob Bianchi. Listen, prosecutor got done with her fiery cross-examination. What's the first thing the defense attorney does in their opening statement? Get upset about the fact the prosecutor used her exhibit and threw it on the floor. Come on, guys. Let's go to the opening statement of the defense attorney. I hope it gets better than that. Okay, we picked another great one here at the Law&Crime Network, and you know we have Anne Bremner with us, but I want to bring on one more guest, Nalima Singh, she's a trial attorney. One thing I really loved about looking at your credentials is that you went to Rutgers. I'm not going to hold it against you. You didn't go to Seton Hall. You went to Rutgers, so that's great. And you have a strong background in anthropology. That's very interesting. It's true. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, so wow, I mean, the prosecutor came out, as I was telling Anne Bremner, with a fiery, you know, opening statement, but I think the defense attorney drew a little blood there. They were very detailed. We talk about this. You know, not all defense lawyers get up there and give that kind of detail, that this was a tragic accident, and apparently that this defendant female, the woman, Jennifer, was a thorn in the side of authorities, and so all of a sudden an accident became a crime. What do you think?
You know, I'm not...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I'm in studio guest. I can't say ladies first. You're both ladies, so I got to go in studio, Anne. What do you think?
Right.
Well, you know, I'm not too crazy about that conspiracy theory there. I thought that the defense was going to have a tough job ahead of her. Prosecution came out and just was fantastic, to be quite frank. But when defense started talking about the conspiracy theories, I thought she was getting lost in the forest a little bit.
Yeah, interesting to know the defendant. She's working with people that are going to come with a lot of credibility, a corrections officer, a person in law school. You know, it doesn't mean that they can't commit crimes, but they're certainly, it's certainly something that's going to make the jury think, I would imagine. Listen, I got to get to you, Anne, a little bit later. We got to take a real quick break because there's a witness on the stand, and we'll be back on the other end. Stick with us. Okay, give us an opportunity. Anne, I know you've been waiting all the way out there in Seattle to do some talking. I feel bad. What are your thoughts initially about these opening statements?
Well, I think that we had basically a rock star versus kind of a school teacher kind of approach, but they're both excellent. I mean, the trilogies we heard with both, you know, liars, abusers, and murderers, we heard, you know, in the prosecution's opening statement, and then nice ones from the defense. Very different styles, but I thought they were equally compelling, even though the prosecutor really was amazing. I mean, she should be a trial lawyer. I think we've talked about before that like maybe 5% of lawyers should actually be trial lawyers that really have that, je ne sais pas, whatever it is. She's got it.
Yeah, the je ne sais quoi factor. I had a couple when I was prosecutor. But the defense, like you said, did a good job at least. We'll see what the evidence shows. It's going to come down to the experts. And I really like the idea that these injuries that may have been aging injuries, they can't put a date on it. And she gave a lot of explanations of how those injuries could occur, as well as the Heimlich maneuver, which, I can kind of understand how people that watch TV would do it a certain way. But having been an EMT, there's a different way to do it with an infant as versus a child versus an adult because of the very injuries that could occur. But listen, Ann, I'm sorry, I gotta cut you off again. I will see you the next time we're on the show. We're gonna go in the court to listen to a little bit more testimony from this EMT. All right, listen, getting a little tiresome there. Ann, finish up your thoughts from before. I'm sorry I cut you off. And I don't know, this prosecutor is very good. You'd imagine there had been pretrial preparation with this witness, but it's kind of like pulling teeth.
I know, but this is quite a trial. It's excellent. I mean, on both sides, and I can't wait to see what happens in it. It's a tragedy. But yeah, her first witness, is just like, yeah, totally pulling teeth. Do you see her? Like, could you just point her out, make it dramatic, something? And he's just not cooperating. But that's okay. You do a great opening statement. You've got to call this witness. Primacy recency is kind of lost with him, but she just has to go with the next one.
Right. And, guys, this is going to wind up being an expert's case. And it's very interesting that the defense actually said in the case that they're going to actually probably get testimony favorable to them from the medical examiner. 15 seconds or less, that would be a powerful witness if that's true, right, Nalima?
Yeah, absolutely. The defense is going to be that the victim was choking, and the expert's the only one that can prove that.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, this is teed up to be a great trial. Different styles of lawyering, but both aggressive lawyers that seem to know what they're doing. I'm going to have to go, but don't go anywhere. Nalima's going to be staying here. Ann has to go, but the great Jersey girl, Linda Kenny Bodden, will be next. I'll see you next week. Have a great day.